You aren't lazy. You're just building someone else's dream during the day. Use the night and the dawn to build your own. This is the story of Maya, and maybe it's your story too. Maya was stuck. Every day felt the same. Wake up tired, rush through a job that paid the bills but drained her soul, and collapse onto the couch, scrolling through the lives of people who seemed to have it all figured out. She was trapped in what felt like permanent survival mode, running on a hamster wheel that was getting her nowhere. She felt like a background character in her own life, watching the main plot unfold for everyone else. One evening, at a local networking event she almost didn't go to, she met an older, incredibly successful woman named Eleanor. Eleanor had this calm, powerful energy, seeing the exhaustion in Maya's eyes. Eleanor listened patiently as Maya described her life, her frustrations, her feeling of being completely and utterly stuck. When Maya finished, Eleanor didn't offer sympathy. She offered a challenge. She looked Maya straight in the eye and said, "Give me 2 hours of your morning, and I'll give you a new destiny." Maya was skeptical. 2 hours. She could barely get out of bed as it was. Eleanor continued, "I call it the 90-day 5 a.m. challenge. For the next 90 days, wake up at 5 a.m. No excuses. The world is quiet then, that's your time." The first week was brutal. The alarm clock felt like an enemy. Maya would drag herself out of bed, her mind screaming for more sleep. She'd sit at her kitchen table, a cup of coffee in hand, surrounded by what she called the discomfort of solitude. It felt weird, unnatural. The silence was deafening. There were no emails to answer, no bosses to please, no distractions. It was just her thoughts, and the daunting stillness of the early morning. She felt out of place, like she was trespassing in a world that wasn't meant for her. Doubt crept in constantly. Was this really worth it? But she remembered Eleanor's promise. She pushed through. Around week 3, something started to shift. The discomfort slowly began to transform into peace. The quiet was no longer empty. It was full of possibility. Those 2 hours, from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., became her sacred sanctuary. The chaos of her day job couldn't touch her here. The demands of the world were still asleep. This was her time, her space, her opportunity to finally build something for herself. Following Eleanor's advice, Maya decided to learn a high-value skill. She chose digital marketing, diving into online courses, reading books, and practicing her new craft during those precious morning hours. Slowly but surely, the concepts started to click. She built a small portfolio, taking on tiny freelance projects for free just to get experience. Each small win, each new piece of knowledge, was a brick in the foundation of her new identity. She wasn't just a tired office worker anymore. She was a marketer. She was a creator. She was a builder. By day 60, the 5 a.m. alarm was no longer an enemy. It was an invitation. She looked forward to it. The quiet mornings were her strategy sessions, her classroom, her launchpad. She was more focused, more energetic, and for the first time in years, genuinely hopeful. On day 91, long after the challenge was officially over, Maya was still waking up at 5 a.m. It was a habit now, a part of who she was. She used her morning hours to polish her portfolio and apply for remote jobs. The rejections came, but they didn't sting as much, because she knew she was building something real. Then, it happened. She landed an interview for a remote digital marketing position with a company she admired. They were impressed by her portfolio and her drive. A week later, she got the offer. The salary was more than she was making, but it wasn't about the money. It was about the freedom. The freedom to work from anywhere. The freedom to manage her own time. And the freedom to finally take care of her family the way she'd always dreamed of. Maya's life didn't magically transform overnight. It transformed in the quiet, consistent, and deliberate hours before dawn. She learned the most important lesson of all. Success isn't some far-off destination you arrive at. It's what you do while everyone else is sleeping. It's found in the discipline of the dawn, in the courage to face the solitude, and in the belief that you can build your own dream, one morning at a time. So, what about you? The sun is going to rise tomorrow whether you see it or not. The question is, will you be awake to meet it? Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.